Hey, I'm Weekend Gabe, and you're checking out Weekend at Gabe's, and thanks for checking out this latest episode. While you're here, also follow us on these social medias at Weekend Gabe, at Weekend at Gabe's, and also at The Real Sam Crane. Thanks for checking us out. Um, our next guest, Mees, has one of the best new albums out right now. It's absolutely fantastic. Papi Chulo, he's joining us now on Weekend at Gabe's to talk about it. Good evening, sir. How are you?
What's good? How we feeling?
The man himself joins us. Full chest hair exposed.
What's good?
That's what we like to see, buddy. You know?
Give me a virtual dap.
virtual dap. I got you, bro.
My boy. Gabe, nice to meet you.
Pleasure. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, no, Gabe connection is not. Yeah, he working on something today.
He's off 3 bars.
Yeah, something like that.
I don't work for AT&T. I don't work for AT&T. I don't go on the polls. I'm sorry, not that kind of poll or any kind of poll. Listen, I'm sorry. We just got to make it work. But thank you so much for me.
It's a good connection.
Oh, now when I'm yelling, now it's great. All right, so but thank you so much for joining us, Papi Chulo. Man, it is a fantastic record. Let me just tell you that there is no misses on this thing. It is absolutely phenomenal. So the name of the album is Papi Chulo. My interpretation growing up in a Puerto Rican family is that is someone who is both confident and desired. And this album, you are demonstrating that suave expression of both sexiness and bravado. Records like Otra Vez and All of You really capture the spirit of the nightlife and freedom. Talk about the construction of this album, making sure that each record was good as the last record you recorded.
To be honest, they're all recorded with a lot of time in between them. It's like a very spaced out album because I had the idea for a while, but since Corona, it actually was gonna have like a little movie with it originally. Like I was gonna do some novella shit, like a mob novella movie, but it didn't work out with how I want to release other things for the year. It's just gonna take up too much time, and I could do that for a later album. But yeah, that was, you said how so all the songs were made separate, like at different times. The only 2 songs that were made back to back are Otra Vez and All of You. And those songs were made the same day, actually.
Word. Talk about because you link with Ness Heads a few times on this record.
Ness,
talk about y'all relationship, because I tried to link y'all up back in the day, and it seems like she's over there like every night now. Like,
yeah, no, for real. I actually texted her to kick it today. Vanessa's cool as hell. Actually, that is a connection through you. And it's crazy because people back from Chicago will be like, is that Ness Heads that you're with? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, how the fuck do you know who she is? Like, to me, she's just a regular person, like just a regular. But people really ask about her and like, oh, I want to work with her so bad, like this and that. Like, it's crazy to see that effect from people.
Do you feel honored to have her on the record in some respect?
Definitely.
Like,
she blessed me.
Like, that's Vanessa. She was just here. Like,
right. Actually. No, it's cool because she's so talented as a singer and as like a creative that having her energy in the room is the reason those songs got made. You know, like I told her specifically, come through. We're gonna finish my album today, and those are the 2 songs we made to finish the album.
Fantastic.
Word.
And I guess most people haven't heard it, so it's like. It's kind of boring to just talk about those details, but if you have heard it, it's kind of crazy that those are like the highest production songs and they're made in the same day.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I don't think it's boring at all, because if anything, this is going to excite people to go actually listen to it if they haven't listened to it. And one of the things that just like stood out to me, the song Plan A, you know, and you said like Plan A is what's going to save me, and you kind of like outlined that saying fuck school, essentially music is going to be my mission. That kind of like encourage you to go on that mission and be like, it's all in, all or nothing right now.
Actually, there's a whole like 1.5 year process in between when I drop out. It's actually more like 2 years when I dropped out of school and when I got to LA, because I actually was in Chicago in Jefferson Park for roughly like a year, and then I got evicted, and then I went to Nashville with the homies who were staying with me. It's a really long, complicated story. I don't know if it's gonna bore people, but I'm in a K-pop group called Vice Paradise.
Yeah, you gotta let Gabe know. Educate the man.
Right. I'm in a K-pop group, and we're called Vice Paradise, and we moved here to LA as a group actually, and we all live together. And like, if they don't live in the house, they live near us, like 10, 15 minutes. People are moving here. It's like, it's a real movement. But when I got kicked out of my apartment in Chicago, they were visiting me because we had a performance in Chicago that weekend, and we were too loud, making beats, making music. My landlord comes and kicks me out the next morning and says, "You have 30 days. Like, it's too loud here. Like, you're smoking weed all the time. Like, you got to go." And so then the homies I'm in the K-pop group with, they're from Nashville. I went to college with them. They dropped out too. They dropped out before me. And they were like, "Yo, we have an extra room." Because, you know, we were all making music, and they felt really bad that they were there when I got evicted. And so they told me, "We have an extra room in Nashville. Come stay with us. Like, we'll let you stay there for a month free, and it'll make the transition easy for you." And I was like, all right, fuck it. What do I have to lose? You know, like, I did want to go to California before, but I just didn't feel ready at that point. And so I went to Nashville with them, and we developed our sound, and yeah, now we're in LA, and this is how we got to this point. I hope that wasn't boring.
No, what would you say the biggest thing you learned in Nashville was, if you had to like put it into a nugget of something?
Nashville, that's a really hard, because I feel like I learned a lot of lessons there. That's a hard thing to just pinpoint. But I do know for a fact, working with them and like everyone in Vice Paradise, which we formed it together, you know, it was a natural thing. Like, we all got it tatted and shit. And it's like a real organic movement. Like, this shit is so genuine that what I learned was that everyone, if you follow what you have passion in, you're going to be led to your life path. Like, life is going to be, there's going to be a lot of coincidences happening when you're pursuing your passion. You know what I mean? Like, and they're not coincidences. So that's what I learned.
Definitely.
Speaking of some other things that maybe we might want to engage in, explore, on Pablo Flexcabar, I feel bad for anyone who tries to manage me.
Yeah, where's Kemo, bro? Bring Kemo in here.
Pablo Flexcabar.
Hey, Kemo, drop the album, bro. Drop the album, bro. Where's Fuck SeaWorld?
Fuck SeaWorld, bro. Hey, I'm dropping a song on Friday. For real this time.
For real this time. All right, bet.
What was your question about Pablo Flexcabar?
Yeah, like you said, you feel bad for anyone who tries to manage you. And then I was looking on your. The funny thing is that I was looking on your Instagram, and someone was like, "Hey, I want to manage you," and you were like, "No." Is that like a real thing?
Oh yeah. No, it's funny because my manager was just here.
We just finished up a meeting. They're like an hour ago, maybe.
No, he fucks with the bar. He thinks it's hilarious.
But this man is unmanageable, though. Like, for real, like, it is a task, bro. Like, not a short feat at all, bro.
No, it's decent. We make it work. The thing is cool because our manager really, because he also manages Vice Paradise. He lets us do whatever we want, basically, and he just tries to like make sense of it. Like, he just lets us be us, and then he'll work around it. And he's so good at that.
Go. Shout out Zachavelli.
Talk about y'all relationship while we got y'all here in the room. How far back do y'all go? Is it just Nashville, or does it go deeper than that?
Way back, deeper, not way, but yeah,
a few years before Nashville, like 3 or 4 years, like college.
Yeah, we went to the same school. We lived on the same floor, actually.
Yeah,
we lived on the 10th floor in the dorm, 17th floor in the dorms.
Y'all ever think about how a computer just like messed that up?
Well, me and Izzy, my homie, like my best friend from high school, Izzy, like I've known him since I was 13, 14. We lived on the opposite end of the 17th floor, and we were like best homies, you know. So we stayed roommates for 2 years in the dorms. The second year of us being at the dorms, him and his best homie from high school,
Jack Fear.
Right, Jack Fear.
Also Vice Paradise, shout out.
Right, so is Izzy, obviously. And and they were on the opposite end of us, and they were like a mirror version of me and Izzy. So we just clicked up instantly and like got cool with all them, and it was fate. Like I said, like it's not coincidence.
And we were in Chicago like when Mees got kicked out of the last apartment he was in the city, and we were like, bruh, just fucking move to Nashville, like see what's up. There's a scene down here, like we're not staying here forever or anything. So then he came for that year, and it ended up just like we got all the gears going and everything definitely started to line up for real. So we were visiting Chicago a lot though. Like we kept in touch in between because we probably went like 2-3 years, 2 years probably of working like in different cities.
Where they would just come stay with me or stay with whoever. They stayed with Izzy last time. Mm-hmm. And it was just about keeping that, because we were all doing music in the dorms. We were literally doing what we're doing now, but just on half the budget and knowledge and in the dorm rooms in college. So we just leveled up. We really, I mean, I wish I could show you the whole setup and shit, but I can't because I have to unplug my computer.
Oh, yeah, so
but like every room in our house has a studio and like a home setup, you know, like every room.
Like there's a capability of recording in any space. We just get to be able to do it anywhere. So,
nah, man, that's the dream. Y'all are really living the dream of so many of these people out here, bro.
It's not the dream yet. But it will
get
be
in there, yeah. I mean,
yeah.
Hey, but a year ago, like me and you from a year ago, we
right. This is the dream. No, you're right. Actually,
exactly
let me be grateful. Matter of fact,
you know,
let me be grateful. Yeah, we did. I'm very happy with where I'm at.
All right, Kemo got to get out of here now because I got to have him on the show by himself. Like when he drops his album and shit, bro. We not, come on, man.
Save that dude.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, we're literally sitting on.
We're about to be in the studio sesh. I actually got an alarm like last minute. I was like, "Oh shit, I gotta be on the podcast." I'm like, "Let me go hop on real quick."
That's why I hit you with the reminder today, yo. That's just what it was.
I set an alarm. That's what saved me.
Yo, we talked a little bit about Vice Paradise, and y'all are in contact with me, sending me exclusives. One of the exclusives you sent me that did not make Vice Paradise Volume 1, which is out now, by the way, was Scam, bro. What happened to Scam?
Scam is coming out. It's on the bonus pack, but I mean, yeah, the bonus pack is coming out very soon. Not that anyone gives a fuck, but whatever. They will soon.
We care. We care.
America's favorite K-pop group, but I want to get into some rapid fire questions to spice it up because you got the song Modelo time. So we're gonna kick it off like this: Modelo or Corona?
Modelo all the time. Hey, honestly, I'm not picky. Actually, I show love to both companies. I'll say that. But Modelo time has just got the best song.
You're still a free agent if anybody wants to sign you, but I feel how you lying on that.
I really want that tequila sponsorship. If we're being real, like I'll take a tequila sponsorship.
So the next one is Casamigos, Jose, or something more expensive.
Casamigos all day.
10 times out of 10. All right, bet.
Or I would start my own brand because my family's actually from like the center of tequila in Mexico. They're from Jalisco, and like I feel like we could start a genuine brand that would go crazy because I do graphic design, all the, visual branding. So I really want to do that as not an experiment, like a project of mine.
No, word up. All right, we're gonna keep moving on down the list. Woods or White House?
Woods, easy. Wood. I'm actually looking at you, sus, like, because Mikey was smoking. They had the White Owls in their crib, and I'm like, how dare you?
It's some Oak Park shit. Don't worry about it. Yeah, we just gonna do what we do. Cabo or Cali?
I've never been to Cabo.
All right, word.
I don't go to the tourist spots in Mexico for real. I've never been to like a lot of the tourism places.
Word. What's your spot then?
I usually go back to see family. They're like spread out, like Michoacan, Guadalajara, like, Jalisco, like I mentioned. It's all that's a city, but
word.
Mexico City, like Mexico City too.
Yeah. All right, last one. Tacos or Italian beef? Because I know you got the Chicago roots, but you also got the Mexican roots.
No, I gotta pick tacos, but Portillo's is my shit. Like I'm not even. I can't hate. Portillo's is my shit.
Exactly. Before we let you go, I wanted to sort of double back to the album because I had a thought about the concept of the record. and I want you to sit with me and let me break this down from
Gabe
my
has thought
point
about
of view.
your
What I
album
think
so much today.
Please,
Yeah.
please.
it really is about your confidence, your desirability, and also what you want in a woman, but also the flexibility to self when you need to, but then to come back when you want to. So that's the way I bring this weird up. It's like you want everything like you want it, but then when you want to be friends, we can go to friend zone. But then when I want to back and do some other things, we're gonna do that too. Do I got this record locked?
No, I think you do actually. No, actually, and honestly, I didn't analyze it like that, but you explaining it, that sums it up perfectly. I think it's a big flaw with me. I'm bad with commitment, and this album probably captures that well. Like, it's just, yeah, that was really good.
Yo, Gabe has been thinking about this all day, man. Go ahead, Gabe.
What I love about the record, and Sam and I were both sort of waxing poetic about it, is like just like the sounds that it has like this very like top down driving vibe to it, or like Before the Night Begins, a record that just to sort of get your night going. There's like sort of this Miami night feel to it. It's just like it really has this sensual feel to it. It's there's not these raging drums. Everything is very subtle, but your voice matches the pitch of the records. It's just, that's why when I say there's no misses, there is no misses. Every record is fantastic.
Yeah, that brings a huge smile to my face. Really, thank you. Like, you have no idea. This is hearing something like that after you put in more than a year into it and like taking risk, because I didn't think, right before I put it out comes that doubt where you're like, is anyone even gonna fuck with this? Because I'll be as honest as possible. I speak Spanish, but not as fluently as someone who lives there right now. You know what I mean? So writing these songs was a big challenge, and just finding these new pockets of melody, and because I make the beats too. Finding the grooves for the beats was challenging. So this whole project was a growing process. So to hear somebody likes it so much makes me feel like I did well on it. As dumb as that sounds, like it makes me feel like I pulled it off, kind of.
You did.
Definitely.
Thank you.
For me, the number one song on this got my boy Flojo on it. Don't Know Why is absolutely crazy. Talk about like you said the records were spaced out. Was that sort of like towards the beginning of the process or towards the end?
That Flojo song, actually, even I was still living in Nashville even when that song was made, and it's probably like might be the oldest song on there. Wow. No, Malo might be the old. No, that song is the oldest song on there, the one Flojo. But I didn't get the feature until like a year later from Flojo. He's gonna be huge. I really wanted to spotlight more of my Latino like friends and artists and shit, and like Latina too. Fuck it, I obviously. I'm not gonna say Latinx, just Latin artists in general. I wanted to spotlight, and that was one of the best parts about it, because you get to bring something to the scene. Because a lot of people still listen to me for hip hop, but I got to maybe open up their ear to like a different world that they wouldn't listen to normally, and trying to get more. Obviously, Bad Bunny's a huge fucking artist in the world, but I'm gonna say in America they're not listening to rhythms and like. Shit like that. Yeah. So I'm trying to be the bridge for them to, grab onto that music. Because obviously there's way better Spanish artists than me, but I'm trying to be a little bridge for that.
Did it feel natural to just sort of like, because it's an introduction to something new, but it's very you, but it's a side of Mees the artist that we haven't seen before. Like, did it come naturally in that sense? But like, I don't know, from a source, I should say.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think some of the grooves I started feeling like were very natural to me, and I had this inherent like bounce that I really was like fucking with, and I started to discover it more and more. Like, not to get technical, because I mean, if producers watch the pod, but there's like, sometimes you'll fall into these patterns of doing the same drums. Well, when it came to the Spanish beats, I was more intuitive with it, and like I felt it like instinctively, if that makes sense.
Is it a different vibe in a different room in y'all crib? Like I see you got the Mexican flag on the wall right there. Like in there, it's a certain type of vibe. But if you go in chemo room, it's something different. Yo, the candles. Yo, talk about where we can get candles too.
No, I'll do that later. We'll do that later. I didn't mean to cut you off. I was just trying to.
No, you good. But no, do the rooms have different vibes? Is it like we make hip hop in this room, but this?
Should I just say fuck it and pick the computer up and then we just go?
Fuck it, dude.
No. Actually, it's gonna fuck up the audio. No, because it's connected to my Focusrite. Actually, how's the audio anyway? Can you hear me well?
No, yeah, you're decent. You're decent.
Great.
All right. I would show you the room, but yeah, they're all different vibes. Everyone's got.
Oh yeah, Gabe wants to know about live instrumentation.
What was there any live instruments played on the record? Oh, I think that's the answer.
Boom! You're looking at him.
There you go. I thought I felt like it had to be live instrumentation. And
yeah, I did the beats and shit. There's the laptops, or not the laptops, the fucking MIDI keyboards and shit.
Oh shit! Nice. I didn't realize there were two keyboards there. I thought that was just one piano this whole time.
No, I moved it over because it usually sits on top of my laptop.
Word. Yeah, Gabe was very impressed by the live instrumentation, for sure.
Yes, sir. I played every single. I don't think there's even one guitar sample on the album because there was a song that had a guitar sample originally, but I dropped it as one of the songs. So I don't think there even is one that I can remember right now.
I would have been really surprised if it was sample because I'm like, this doesn't sound like a sample. But
thank you.
Good. Like I enjoyed it a lot.
All right, man. Let us know where we can get the candles. Let us know where we can reach out to you for visual art. You've already done some work for me, and I'm sure we'll get some more going.
Meesdon'tmiss.com. It's as easy as that. Meesdon'tmiss.com. You can get this candle on there. Let me see. And so obviously it's heavily inspired by like all the religious imagery in my life as a child. I was raised Catholic very heavily. And so I just wanted to play with it because I don't give a fuck about that shit anymore. And I'm like, I like messing with super religious people because it's hard for their brain to like comprehend art being mixed with it. Like even though it's art itself, religion's always been art. Like they mix tons of, shit, mediums and whatever it is. So it's just a fun little piece.
No, I gotta get me one of those candles. I should have grabbed one off you the other
week.
I
got you one for free. Just give me your address and pay for shipping.
Yeah, I got you. All
right,
Mees, thank you so much for joining us here on Weekend at Gabe's tonight. Papi Chulo, the new album is out on all digital streaming platforms. Go put it in your life. Trust me, it's one of the best things you'll hear this year. I'm not over exaggerating that by any means. It is a phenomenal listen.
You heard the guy. You heard him.
The man goes hard.
Listen, you weren't even my guest tonight, and I love it. So
thank you. I really appreciate it. Seriously.
Absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
All right. Much love.
All right. Mees is joining us here on Weekend at Gabe's. Yeah, he's fantastic. We
got the exclusive, man. We were really about to get the full house tour. But shout out to Kemo. We will have Kemo on the show when he drops all of the amazing new music that he is sitting on. And shout out to Vice Paradise, America's favorite K-pop group. That's just facts.
There you go. No, I really am excited for whatever other solo endeavors that he has planned because I think he can really bridge Spanish string, Spanish soul, with sort of an Americanism and really bridge those gaps like he was talking about. And I think he can really do that. Let me change that. So yeah, that was a great conversation with them. And I was kind of surprised because when he was talking about I don't think that's gonna be exciting or that's kind of boring. I'm like, no, it's not boring. Like, tell your story. Like, we want to hear we want to see how you got to where you're at now. So I like the modesty that he's like, I'm just sort of just working
and that's a microcosm for their whole group. It's all about just having fun and good enjoyment. I sort of linked up Nest Heads with them off a whim. I was like, if they hang out one time, this will be a success. And now they're like collaborating on projects together. It's amazing. So who says Chicago doesn't support for the umpteenth time, Gabe?
Listen, we proved tonight that is not the case. Everything that Whatever Evolved is doing, and also with Vice Paradise. Man, good show tonight. Let's look up to see who is on deck for Thursday night. We have Chicago Hip Hop Theater. Their first show is going to be next week, so we're going to talk to them on Thursday about what they're doing, how they're incorporating hip hop into theater. I think they have several different shows that are going to be performing this summer, so we're going to get into that. And then also Third the Poet is going to be joining us as well on Thursday night. So it's going to be a huge night for Weekend at Gabe. So don't forget to join us here at 8 o'clock on Thursday night on Twitch TV. And follow us on these social medias at Weekend Gabe, at Weekend at Gabe's, and also at The Real Sam Crane. And subscribe to the show on YouTube. And all those things would definitely help us improve the stature of the show and help us get to that next level that we're looking for.
Couldn't have said it better myself. You got to sign off in the way that you sign off, Gabe. You know the way.
Share, support, and show love. Those are the 3 S's, and you'll be a better person for it. Trust me for that. All right, Sam, enjoy the rest of your evening. Everyone else, enjoy the rest of your Tuesday, and we'll talk to you on Thursday night right here on Weekend at Gabe's. Hey, I'm Weekend Gabe. Thanks for checking out this latest episode of Weekend at Gabe's. Click on any of the links swirling around my head, and also hit the subscribe button while you're here. Thanks for checking out us here on YouTube.